Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to continue our look at O-ring style G.I. Joe figures. How many of you guys out there know that Snake Eyes not only has one Ninja Apprentice, he has two? Kamakura is his first Ninja Apprentice, is pretty well known. Not totally sure how many collectors or G.I. Joe fans, let alone new fans, know of his second apprentice. And this is Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw was released as part of the Ninja Battle set back in 2005. He came with several other figures, the DVD, and that really cool display base. And for all you new G.I. Joe fans out there, and anybody else that doesn't know, let's talk about Tiger Claw just for a few minutes here. He's a Ninja Apprentice, obviously, to Snake Eyes. His file name is Chad M. Johnson. So what does that make him? An American? Sounds like an American name. Is he an American Ninja? That's very cool. His grade in G.I. Joe is E4. His social security number is 889-34-CM27. It's a fake one. Don't try to use it. Primary military specialty is infantry. Secondary military specialty is weapons instructor. And here, birthplace kind of confirms that he is American. He was born in Douglas, Massachusetts. Tiger Claw has recently earned his code name after completing his highest level of training as a Ninja Apprentice. Taught by martial arts master Snake Eyes in the ways of the warrior, Tiger Claw has joined the cause of reuniting the broken halves of the elite Arashikage clan. After watching a martial arts movie as a boy, he was determined to learn the art of stealth and the art of shadow. He pushed himself hard to accomplish the impossible with the grace and power, earning him the rightful place on the G.I. Joe team. He is also a qualified weapons instructor with expert knowledge in all indirect fire systems and individual crew-served and anti-armor weapons. His motto: I dedicate my strength, my skill, my sword to the fight for good. Alright, so that's a little bit of backstory for Tiger Claw. He is an O-ring figure, as you can see, but it doesn't look like a vintage style O-ring figure we're used to seeing. So that's what we're kind of trying to do an update for a more modern figure back then. And to me, for me at least, a lot of them, they failed on. But for Tiger Claw, I think he's a decent figure. So for me, for my collection, he's acceptable because some of the other figures are just really bulky and just not done very well. He's more sleeker figure, a little more rounded for me. So let's take a look at him. I think he's worth the attention. So he sports a gray and orange aesthetic. So he has this orange ninja mask on. There's a side profile, front, back, other side. And now the back, top of his head. He has this orange strap around his neck of his gi and down to here. And that's just like part of the piece, and then it continues on this extra piece here as an orange stripe. He has his dog tags on his neck there, which is pretty cool. And then he has the tiger paw print there on his gi. It's really cool. He's sporting the Arashikage logo here on his arm in black. He has these flat black pads on his forearms and top of his hand. That looks very cool. I like that. And that's on both sides. Then he has this black belt with this gold little piece here that comes down on the edge. Pretty decent. And the belt goes on the back. You can see that this piece right here is a separate piece that they produced, and which obviously is going to get in the way of his articulation. So, typical Hasbro. It's just pants. He does have these really cool knee pads and shin guards that match his wrist and forearm pads. I like how that looks. It's very cool. The back of it, just a ninja figure. Pretty cool. So here he is, and some of his features. Alright, so here's upon his feet. Let's take a look at his articulation. His head does rotate all the way around, so that's an improvement from the, I shouldn't say improvement, but it's an increase of range from the retro vintage style figures. You normally just get like this side to side. I actually prefer this better than some of these other figures like this. So his arms do raise up like that. That's pretty nice of a range there. Of course, they rotate 360 all around. We do have the bicep slash elbow 360. We have the 90-degree elbow. It's pretty good. No articulation in the wrist. Hasbro hasn't got there yet, so they're still working on it. And you know, when the year this was produced, we had the 90-degree knee. No articulation ankle. So let's go back to the important part, what I think for ninjas is this. So you can see that he has, you can really stretch it, you gotta hold it though. The kick back has the O-ring there. That's what it looks like inside there. And then we have no sitting at all. So you can get a side kick maybe if you're lucky, before you force it. But it's pretty cool. So he's a decent figure, but what's really interesting, he comes with a very unique accessories, one of a kind. I don't think, to my knowledge, has ever been used before. So this is pretty much his sword, and this is very decent for what it's worth. Here's his sword. Remember, he's a weapons instructor, so this is a very nice detailed sword for being this time frame for G.I.JOE action figures made by Hasbro. That looks very cool. It's a black design. And then here we have the silver blade. It does go through here. It's almost like an eye. Very nice. And not only that, he has a very unique sword sleeve. It's this handle here that he can carry. He doesn't have the ability to put this on his back, but he can carry it. So it's different. So that's cool. You can see this design kind of follows through there on the sculpting of this case. It's very unique for this set. Now, since he is a little different in plastic than the original O-ring figures, he has a little more durability for putting weapons inside and outside of his hands. So we can go ahead and try to put his sword in his hand. And I think he looks great with it. Like, see if I can give him a stand. There we go. Hands out of the way. Looks very cool. And as you can see in the video, the beginning of the video, he was holding it very nicely. So, and you can actually get, with no articulation in the wrist, and the way the hand sculpted, you can get a pretty nice posability out of the figure with the sword. Very cool. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and grab his case and you can carry it along with him in the battle, like so. Pretty nice. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it for Snake Eyes, the second Apprentice. How many guys actually knew of Tiger Claw out there? Comment down below. Hopefully, maybe one day we get a classified version of Tiger Claw. If they keep the classified line going, I don't see it ever ending. But, you know, I've seen other things happen with G.I.JOE line before. But it'd be nice because they're pulling from these obscure characters, you know, recently from, you know, in the line and bringing them in. I'd like that. Every now and then pop in some of those newer Joes, newer Cobras. So cool. So in this video, I'm trying to bring awareness and appreciation for the O-ring style figures. a lot of people are just like moving on and getting into the classified figures, especially new collectors. And so, you know, O-rings were built G.I. Joe. They're very cool in their own way. We got to keep that alive. So show some support for the video by liking the video. I appreciate that, at least. If you like the videos I do, please consider subscribing. Thanks for the support of trying to keep the O-ring style alive. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, the information, a little back look at Tiger Claw. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.